Yesterday you said you wanted Bolden to give you 5 or 6, and he gave you 6 really good innings.
He did. He came out and threw a lot of strikes, pretty much living at 90-92 with a pretty good slider. And when he kept the ball around the knees, he had a lot of success. He got a couple pitches up and they hit him, and had maybe one threat going. But really when we put together that great inning there with 2 outs in the second, we were definitely in control of the game, and he just kept going out there and doing his job.
How big was it to have that 2-out rally there to get 9 hits?
It was a great inning for us. It's anytime you can put together an inning like that, and the way it all went down. I think right after Hunter Wilson drew the 3-2 walk, I don't know, next pitch hits in the bullpen, we're up 3-0, and I think we got 6 hits in a row, and they really weren't cheap. They were all hit pretty good, some on the line, some in the air, but just a really good inning, and gave us a chance to kind of relax a little bit. And then obviously later I got to make some changes and get some guys some at bats.
Hey, what do you think of Casey Martin?
Well, what'd you think? He's pretty good, isn't he? Okay, I'm not supposed to ask questions. Casey Martin, I've said it all along. He's got a lot of talent, and he's strong and he's fast, and he can play multiple positions. He could play all 3 outfield positions, a couple 3 infield positions, and he's definite threat to steal a base. So he's a guy that I've been trying to get him more at bats and playing him a little bit at third. He started a couple 3 games in California, and I got him a little time at second today, and that might be his position of the future. But just trying to get him in the lineup because he brings a lot of energy to the game.
Lee gets a couple hits today, and then Fletcher kind of gets going again a little bit. So getting some of those guys going.
Yeah, Lee I think he got 3 hits and maybe a walk, but getting Fletcher going was good to see. Even he hit another ball hard right at the second baseman. He sat, did a good job with the curveball, and he's been slumping a little bit and he's trying too hard, in my opinion. And Grant Cook as well. Grant got a hit today. That was good to see. And we played pretty well for the most part, and we've swung the bats okay. But we've been doing it without really some of the older guys that that I know they're going to kick it into gear. And like I said, if we can get 6 or 7 guys going in that lineup at the same time, it's going to be fun.
What do you see from those home runs on Casey on the swings and just?
Well, the first one he hit, was a fastball in, and he just jumped all over it. Just a line drive. He got a quick bat, and the pitcher is kind of more of a slider guy. I think he tried to sneak one by him, and the second one, he got out front just a little bit. I didn't know if it was going to stay fair or not. I'm not even sure exactly what the pitch was that he hit. I just know that he got out front, kept his hands back a little bit, and hit it hard.
You batted him 9th. I know you had Shaddy down there too. Just what was the particular reason you put him in the 9th hole?
Who, Martin?
Yeah.
Well, kind of a second leadoff guy. If Jack Spiggers isn't playing, there's a chance that Martin will lead off. I think he'll be our leadoff man next year for sure, and he may be this year. But got a good lineup and just trying to mix it up a little bit.
What do you do tomorrow? I know it's going to be a hodgepodge of guys.
Yeah, we'll start Hunter Milligan, and Hunter's a guy that has only thrown 1 time for us, left-hander, freshman, and got a good arm. Had some arm problems as a senior. Had some surgery in the summer to clean some things up in his shoulder, and been throwing the ball pretty good. He'll obviously he'll be a limited number of pitches. When I say limited, it might be a couple innings worth. We'll see how it goes, and then we'll just kind of go from there.
Casey, I think he was hitting 360 or something coming in, so he's off to a pretty good start. But when a young guy has a game like that, 2 dingers, 6 RBIs, how much does that help a young guy's confidence?
Well, it should help his confidence, obviously. And he's a confident kid, but not overconfident and cocky. He just, he's got a lot of talent. And I would think that, anytime you can build your stats up a little bit, it relaxes you as a player, knowing that, you've got some hits in the bag and some RBIs, and, you're not always thinking, hey, I got to get another hit, I got to drive in runs, because when you start doing that, you start pressing, usually, good things do not happen. So when you can relax a little bit, that's when good things usually happen.
Good to see Turney hit that one ball even though it was caught.
Yeah, wouldn't you know it? I mean, the kid's struggling, hadn't played in almost, since senior year in high school because of the surgery, and he's got as much power, more power than anybody on the team, and he didn't even hardly hit that ball. It still fought through the wind and almost went out of the park. It went out of the park for a second. It looked like the guy got his glove over that fence and brought it back. So, his teammates felt bad for him. He kind of laughing, and his time's coming though.